I can't be bothered all this faffing about. Just start the fucking stream. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, they make it worse every fucking time. Every fucking time they make it fucking worse. But if it's not one thing, it's a fucking another. I can't see OBS. Come on. God damn it. Why? Why is modern tech so fucking bad? Makes me... Sometimes I almost regret every piece of hardware I ever bought new. Because it's like the money I spent on that went into this nonsense. You know what? I'm in a bad fucking mood. Although last time I did this was when my stream got killed. You almost wonder if they had image recognition of some kind. But I'm gonna fucking... There we go. That'll do it. Yeah. It's only until I'm done with this shit. I don't want to leave it like this. It don't seem right, and I think it breaks things. Yeah. Howdy. But fucking hell, man. This was a chore. I should have been streaming a good while ago, but... You know how it fucking is these days. You want to get something done, and then the workstations decides like, oh no, I'm fucking I'm for some reason OBS capture devices don't work in OBS. Oh, I guess there must be a new version out. It's really strange how every time OBS really wants you to fucking install a new version, shit stops working. And then usually you have to install some new Visual C libraries they didn't tell you about that don't come with it in the update, because why the fuck would you include Visual C redistributable in your fucking update when your application needs it? You know, like, redistributable, that's what it's fucking for. And then, of course, the workstation decides to lock up and take about 10 years to fucking start. Yeah, now it stopped scrolling. I turned the scrolling off. I can turn it back on, but I decided to turn it off because, like, my CPU's already like maxed out, and I don't like it, so I'll just turn it off for now. I'll turn it back on maybe someday. It depends whether I give up doing this shit, because eventually it's probably just going to get so difficult that I can't do it anymore. I still don't get this, like how that says right up there. DEOO hex. It's not there, it's at C800. Well, it's actually not at C800, it's at, what, C fucking... probably CEOO? No. Oh, fuck. I'm not doing math, but... It's nowhere near that address, so I don't know why it thinks it's there. But whatever, it was a bastard to make it work. I don't know how I made it fucking work, so don't ask me. I probably couldn't do it again. And I'm not even sure it works properly, but it's getting us IDE, so, you know, there is that. Yeah, well, it's everything now has some library it needs. I think that's just what people consider to be the done thing. Wrong keyboard, it won't work if I type on that. I doubt I even have that much on here. Like, whoops. There we go. Oh, I have more on here than I thought. But I mean, we only need this one game. That's all I'm playing. No, DN2 this time. So, yeah, we'll see if this fucking thing works. Because you see, the people who designed this multi-IO card had this really smart idea to, like, put all the connectors in the same direction, so pin 1 is always on the fucking left. Also, yeah, it's always on the left as you face the top of the card. Except the fucking joyport one. That faces the opposite way, and is the only one that doesn't mark pin 1. And it's not even one of those where you can turn it over and it has a square via for it. Predates that, so Yeah, short of knowing like what pin's meant to go where, you can't really, you would never know. And it was new old stock, it came in a box like it did on the shelf back then, and it's just been sat around for ages because I've not needed it, and I always like to have one of those spare for just such occasions. And, oh fuck, I guess the manufacturer or whoever packaged them connected it backwards, because that was already connected when it came out the box. So, you know, go figure. How was I to fucking know? Oh yeah, that corruption, that's been caused by XTIDE as far as I can tell. So, yeah, you're just going to have to put up with that, because that's how good XTIDE is. The one fucking time I make it work, and that's what it does. So I thought it was the VRAM on my video card going out. It's not. By the way, joystick presses actually skip this time on. Ah, load time, it's brilliant. Are we doing this again? Oh, come on, you were fine last time. The corruption wasn't this bad either. Come on, man, I've got that down to a minimum. Oh, well, I guess we'll just play with the keyboard then. Because that isn't working. Keyboard mode. Okay, there we go. We'll just play it with the keyboard and hope that corruption settles down, because it wasn't that bad before. But hey, like I say, this is XTIDE. I find it difficult to bash on XTIDE because it's in the name. It was written for IBM XTs. I'm sure it works great on an IBM XT. From what I've seen, it does. You just plug it in and it does what it's supposed to do. But it doesn't work very well on clone systems, if at all. This is the only one I've got it to... I mean, I got it to display on another machine. But it didn't do anything. It would just lock the machine up. But the fact it locks the only other machine up I can get it to do anything on, and that it misreports its address, I'm guessing it perks some fucking spot in memory somewhere that belongs to something important and breaks it, so... Oh, yeah, that dude who just fucking, yeah. I think I know who you're on about. I never got the deal with, like, it seems to be a big thing, like, videos like that. I never saw it, but that's probably just because it's usually something I can do myself. It's just, I used to do when I was, like, a kid, you know. Just change random fucking numbers in debug and see if it still ran and what it would do. I haven't practiced this at all, so I don't know where anything is in here, but I'm sure I remember being able to get over there without going down there. But I guess I'm remembering wrong. Because, I mean, that ain't going to reach me, no. Apparently it is. Yeah, it's going to give me a reach around if I go that way. That's just what I want. That's convenient. Elevator into fucking space. Yeah, I'm going to save that, but having said that, we're really going to come back here, and can I get on that one? Can we stop with the corruption, please? It's very annoying. I'm just going to play it like this. I don't give a fuck. No, my balloon! Oh! Well, that's gone. We might as well just ignore it now. We're getting that, because I mean, it won't move, I won't think, because it won't be loaded now, but we'll get back within range of it, and it'll hit the ceiling long before we can do it. I thought there was a drop in here. There is. Son of a bitch, drones. Oh yeah, the speed's alright. Problem is, when I play it again, it'll still feel too fast, because I'll play it on a faster machine and it'll feel like it's going way too quick. This corruption was not that bad when I tested this, so I don't know why it's so bad today. We'll try restarting it in a couple of levels and see if it's better. Oh, these drones. I haven't said you're alright as long as you land on top of them. Yeah, well, that's quite common. It might even give you the option to boot from them, but the specifications for that, I think, keep they kept changing. And the drive's firmware has to support it. Like, say if you get a really early, like, a tappy CD drive, then it don't matter how much your motherboard supports, like, booting from them, that CD drive isn't going to do it. Yeah! Stupid robots. So yeah, I think they just kept changing the specification for that stuff over and over again. Yeah, whereas this thing apparently will run on like an original XT, which I believe it'll run, but I think it'll be fucking dragging a little bit by then. There's a key card somewhere in here, I'm sure. I don't think it's out on the... I'm sure I remember there being more secrets in this level, but I'm probably getting it mixed up with another level. I mean, I thought this was in the first game. I was kind of surprised when I was playing it and it wasn't there. Was that a secret level, or... Sure, this game didn't have secret levels. It's taken a while to get used to playing it on a keyboard, to be honest. I used to joysticking it, like, through the other game, the other machine. I was sure there was a key and it was down this side, but I'm starting to think there mustn't be. Certainly not one there, is there? Ow! Oh, there it is. We found it! And there's that other fucking force field that we saw. That was like somewhere out one of these ways. I've already been here. What? I don't know much of next step. That's alien technology to me. Although I still think those next machines, I still think that might be part of why Doom's performance was like as rough as it was. Like, because when you look at even like a really fast engine like Jedi, when it got ported onto like a different system, i.e. the PS1, it didn't run very well. Because it probably wasn't ported very well. And I think that's probably the deal with that, is it was written on a next step machine, and you know, that's what it was written with that in mind. Right, I'm going to go and see what's in those grey crates. There was another force field over here. Blockings, yeah, it's up there. If I can get in there, well, it's probably nothing that great, but you never know. Oh, explosives, what a nice gift. 28616 will about run Duke Nukem 2, especially if you like turn the music off, but it'll be noticeably slower. This thing won't really do... I mean, you'd be able to run it on here, it'll start and it'll play, but not very well. Enter the next level. Don't forget to save your game. Ah, yeah, because it's like terminal velocity where you only save in the tunnels. On this, you can only save in these. We'll save on 2 because that's the episode number. And what we'll do is we'll quit out, and then we'll start the game again and see if that visual corruption maybe gets a little bit better. Probably not, but I can't see why it would. We might as well try. Promising start, but I imagine it's going to creep back in. So I thought it was the MIO card at first, but it just seems to be XTIDE. Because if I put that MFM drive back in, I can still get XTIDE to run and just not find anything, and that's what makes the corruption come on. So, like I say, I'm not bashing the guy who wrote it, because I do believe, from what I've seen, it does exactly what he wrote it to do, that BIOS. It's not like he has access to all the different machines, and in all fairness, he probably is writing it to within IBM specifications. It's just that there's some subtle difference between his IBM and the clones, and you can't take all that into account, but it is still in active development, and so I do still have hopes that it'll get fixed someday. Like, they've done workarounds for, like, Tandy machines and shit over the years, so... Damn stomach. Oh man, that tasted like sick. It figures that someday, you know, they'll probably put workarounds in for everything else. You know, they'll start looking at, oh well, you know, how can we get other machines to run it? What is this difference that stops it from running? Or someone else will just write another one that does it, which is entirely possible. I think it's open source, someone might fork it. Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to mess up anything permanent, so there is that. No, I have the original version where it's an E somewhere. That's like version 1.0. It didn't get changed to a U until version 2.0. I couldn't find my 1.0. I can find the graphics files from it, but only for the first episode, so I don't really know why that is at the moment. It'll be on some hard drive I don't have plugged in. There wasn't much I could do about that drone. Could have sworn there was a key down the bottom here. Yeah, I'll stay on the bottom. We'll see what we can find. Oh, there's a key. Oh, great. Am I going to be forced to take that? I don't think so. I think a well-timed jump, we can get that. There you go. Just requires some skills. I know, it'll come back over time, I would think, the corruption. It's not going to go away, short of me forking out for an MFM hard drive and sticking that in. Not sure that guy's going to loan me his floppy disks again, like, once he finds out they broke, but... Ah, cunt, who designed this level? That's horrible. Come on, I only have one fucking, like, projectile on screen at a time, and there's like 5 of you fuckers. There we go. Any that got unloaded, I don't want them sneaking up on me. I don't actually think they unload those dudes. It's not for, like, quite some distance. And this poor old fucking machine, I'm not forking out for another hard drive. Even if I wanted to, I'm not sure I would. Like, is it worth fixing this thing anymore? I like it, this machine. It's fucking useless, but I still like it. I don't want that yet. But yeah, it's not the greatest thing. I don't know, was it Broussard who did the level design? Was this one of Madden's projects? Or Scott or something? I'd be surprised. I still do get a kick out of Wild Tour. Proved I was right. I haven't mentioned it to anyone yet, but I'm saving it for the next time somebody tries to be fucking annoying. Like, well, what would you know? Well, you know, I did try and warn you. I think those grey crates down there above the spikes, those are the letters, but trying to get all of them in the right order, we're going to fuck it up because I don't know what order they're in this map, so... Yeah, that was the thing, like, we decided Broussard was objectively the best mapper because he used, like, 0 drones in any level he had anything to do with in Duke 3D, so... They're not really that annoying to deal with unless they're in particularly huge numbers. Shit. I thought I was closer to the right-hand side of the map than I actually was, so I was trying to get to where I'm going now just by being lazy and dropping. It's like that lava level in Duke Nukem 2, I always do it in that, where you've got all the ladders and walkways. I can never figure out how to get onto one of them, and in the end I just kind of jump off from the highest point and hope you reach somewhere. Because I sort of know roughly where it is. Uh-oh. Proton's back.
I see, even with your stunted abilities, you managed to find my moon base.
That I did. Oh, run's bad here. 6 megahertz is not enough. Yeah, I guess they're space-like enemies, so at least they're not in an unfitting place. I don't remember where this key goes. I think it was just down here. Yeah, it was. I'm still trying to get that tile 0 bug to happen in Dark Side, but no success yet. It's so weird, because of the way the bricks are shaded, it almost sort of looks like they, you know, they're sticking out to begin with, and then they're sticking in, and like only the black, which would be the cement, is left sticking out, like after you've shot them. He's not breaking them, he's just knocking them back into the wall. I'm glad I came up here now, we could have done with that when those stupid robots attacked. This is going to require some mad jumping skills, I think. That's alright, I've got adequate jump skills. There we go. Ah, shot one! I like the balloon sound effect. Occupied territory. Yeah. I guess they wanted to make up for it. I mean, it used to be the end of episode 1, that level. It used to be the Battle Lord's boss level at one time. I think the starting area was like the last bit done. I don't think that used to exist. I'm still kind of baffled by why that green alien area in it, the little room with the gas bottles, fits perfectly onto the Overlord's door. When you look at the cutscene after you beat the Overlord, it does show you that room, so I still find that weird, because it doesn't match up with anything anyone's said about the game. It's facing the wrong way if you paste it there. And that area never used to have alien textures, like the those moving fucking walkways like you get in airports, and it has there. Those used to just be like stone and steel textures, so I don't know what that's about. It was a bit of a mishmash level, that one. They're a bit nasty to deal with, Battle Lords. It's kind of amusing how it's the first boss of the game, and it ended up being probably the hardest boss of the game. Like, once you know how to deal with him, he's not too bad, and the mini ones are really easy to deal with once you've got a shrinker, but, you know, if you're not used to them, then they beat the shit out of you. I always seem to remember Teardrops having lots and lots of drones, but probably doesn't, because I always get it mixed up with something else. Like, I always think music for some other level is the music for Teardrops and shit like that. I'm picking that up. I like how the head bump sound has higher priority than anything else in this game. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those stupid explosions I fucking writ up to follow the player. I need to try and dig that Slimer multiplication code out I made, and I've still got scribbles from it on my wall where I was figuring it out, where every time you're in range of a Slimer it starts playing the fucking Fantasia music. Every time you kill a Slimer it just splits in two. And if there's one within a certain distance the player, the music stops, you just get... It goes through like 8 generations. There's a total of 63 of them for every one Slimer or something, potentially. So, yeah, no, I think the... You know, in all honesty, over time I used to hate it, but I found myself liking the N64 port better, because it's like... Out of all the ports, yeah, it had some tweaks to it. It has those stupid new areas that are really badly designed, but you can generally ignore the new areas they put in, and it at least plays well. It runs at a decent frame rate most of the time. It still plays like Duke Nukem 3D. Whereas so many of the other ports fuck things up a lot worse. I'll take a few minor graphical changes over that fucking shit show that is the PS1 port. The fucking N64 version has no music as well, which also used to annoy me, but that's when I was younger and I didn't realise how bad the music was in the PlayStation and the Saturn version. I was like, you know what, I'll take the no music. It's preferable. Whatever the fuck that Red Book shit's supposed to be. Going slow because I'm trying to get everything that's falling as low as possible. I don't think those things will come down and land on me. Well, of course, cans always take priority when it comes to things being shot at. I think we come back here later because I'm sure we fall out of there, so... Don't we get the robo hand in this level? Hang on a minute. Hey! There's a thing there. Can I get in there? What's in there? I want in.
It will be mine.
Oh yeah, this area looks important. Like, as in, like, the function of this place. Wow, that's a bit ugly, the way that ends. I guess they didn't have a downward end piece for that, like, graphic. There's a... Oh no, that's the chevrons. Oh, wow, that's actually messed up. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. I'm guessing they didn't have a corner going that way with the dark bit, but then... Surely you would... I don't really know what's gone on there. Yeah, the corners are just ugly for this graphic, aren't they? They don't match up. I just thought it didn't fit the game. It was like, I don't know. It just had no personality or nothing. It was just sort of generic fucking noise. It varied from generic noise to like sounding mildly depressing like the fucking spaceport music. Like, I really don't get that. It's one of the worst offenders. You know, spaceport, you had like this triumphant fucking military sounding shit. And you've gone to this miserable... It's like, what the fuck is this? The sadness of the fucking spaceport. It's such a depressing place to hang out. So, I mean, space probably is, but... I don't need that in my fucking games. I don't play games to get depressed. I play games because I'm fucking depressed sometimes. Not at the moment, I play them because I've fucking got now else to... Well, I have other things to fucking do, I just don't want to do them right now. I think the key is probably in the rightmost one. I remember there being a key, you know, it'll be fine because we land on its head. You don't take damage if you hit them from above. Fucking robots die. Well, no, robots, I guess they can't die, but... Cease to function, robots. Allow me to forcibly decommission you. Yeah, that fucking head bump sound, that will interrupt pretty much any other sound in the game. I still don't know why. I can't remember what fucking music the Xbox port had, if any. They probably just used fucking musically inspired sound canvas recordings. See, that's a funny thing. That sums up that fucking community for you. It's like, I waited for that dude to read it. I have no fucking gripes with musically inspired at all, really. Maybe a minor one, but nothing serious. Like, you know, the guy's okay. And it's not his fault, but it's like, I provided sound canvas recordings for them years ago and everybody just ignored it, and then he made some that initially weren't even as good as mine and everyone made a huge fucking deal out of it. Oh, we've finally got recordings off the sound canvas. It's like, well, I did sit and record those all for you, but, you know, technically I recorded them for myself, so I don't really give a shit. Like, I enjoyed them and that's what fucking mattered. I'd be surprised if they used OPL2 recordings. I think this goes back to that starting point. Oh, I'm amazed I remember this. Sort of implies these levels may be a bit more memorable than the ones in the first episode, at least for me, but that's probably the space theme, isn't it? Yeah. Great, I keep off expecting Sakura to fucking jump out at me now, it's fucking reflective floors. Oh, this goes back here. Oh, this layout is different than I remember, because I remember there'd been like a thing, like a stairway of rock going back up. There must be some other level. I think if I'd released a port, I would put like an OPL option, like, you know. So I say a lot of people would have had it, even if they wouldn't leave it on all the time, they'd probably like to hear it. And I'd be a dick, and I'd just lift somebody's recordings from the internet, because I mean, it's not like they own the rights to it. I'd just find the best recordings I could. Be like, right, we'll have these. I'd probably credit whoever did it, but I probably wouldn't pay them. I'd just be like, well, no, you don't own the rights to that music. That belongs to the composer. Then again, Gearbox didn't really give a fuck about things belonging to the composer when they got their hands on it, did it? So... I'd be surprised if they didn't use the sound canvas recordings, I really would. Now, where do I turn this on? This thing here. Oh no, I needn't have gone over her, had I? Because I think the Robo-Hand thing is on top of those buildings we was in. I'm sure it's on top of one of these. I don't know that, but it feels right in my head. I mean, would you really consider it any level too low for Randy Pitchford to stoop to? I mean, I should have come here before I got the Robo-Hand, because as far as I remember, if you try and use these without having the Robo-Hand, it starts shooting the projectiles those kangaroo robot things use, and it won't stop shooting them until you walk far enough away for the object to unload. Yeah, I still think about making fucking blood maps every now and then, but then I realise that I have actually no ideas to make them, and that the ports for that are like more fucking broken than the Duke ports ended up being, so this is probably going to slow the machine down. I wanted to jump on top of that, you bastard. I mean, we'll just go up there anyway, but... Oh, there's platforms, sir. Oh, where do those go? I mean, they probably just go back to that entrance, but... I want to go on them. Yeah, well, I wasn't impressed by it. All those ports seem woefully inaccurate to me. I won't entertain them until they do something about it. One of them at least seemed to try, so maybe he'll get there eventually, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Wow, that really is if you don't know, it's the... Ow! I guess these are this game's equivalent of the green fucking floating drone bastards. The fuck was that? Did you hear that? Where's my bashing stick? Probably just the rats. I don't know though, because someone's been moving shit around my garden. Which I'm surprised at, because I'm hardly ever asleep. You'd think I'd notice them, so they're obviously going out of their way to not be noticed. There's nothing out there for them to fucking take. I mean, there's garbage. If they want to take my garbage for me, they can fucking take it, but... First thing, I don't remember it doing that either. I don't know what the fuck goes on with that game, but I'm not playing it anymore. I had my fun with it, you know. It's obviously just not meant to be. Everything went fine the last time I played it, and the last time I played it was when I did Cryptic Passage, or whatever it was called, and that went really well, and so I just considered that a good place to end it. I'll tell you there's something going on somewhere. You just give me a minute, I'm going to go and check things out. Well, I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Hammer on the cigarette before I do anything else. I'll have a licorice flavour one. So I will do. I'll grab myself some milk and magnesium. My stomach's like hell. Can I reach that from here? Oh, I can. That's convenient. I'll have some of that fast, now we'll get rid of the flavour of it with cigarettes. When you drink enough of that stuff, you don't have to measure it out anymore, you can about get it right. Well, I don't know what all the fucking noise is about. If somebody's come in here, they'd probably do better to be next door. I mean, there's like fucking old people next door. They're probably not going to put up as much of a fucking fight. I don't believe in the stupid fucking laws that you have over here. You can't fucking, you know, force an intruder off your property. Yeah, like fuck I won't. On my property, I don't know what you're gonna fucking do. Like, I'll make you fucking leave. And if you don't leave, there's gonna be a problem. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, the walls are paper thin in these. It definitely sounded like it was like around my back door. When I first moved in here, there used to be some bald bloke who used to come and kick the fucking door in the early hours of the morning. He'd never kick it multiple times. He'd just, like, hop the fence, run up to the back door, boot it really hard, and then hop over the fence and run off. I don't know what it was about. The dude who lived here before has a lot of debt, so I assume it's somebody who owes money. Because eventually he noticed me, like I caught him, I was at the sink with the light off. He noticed and he didn't come back, so I have a feeling he looked surprised, and I don't think it was like, oh shit, I've been seen. I think it was more a case of, who the fuck is he? Because he never come back. I think he was probably trying to harass the dude who lived here before. He thought he still lived here, as do the debt collectors. Yeah, I don't know, it's... People in Hull aren't smart enough to be weird, for the most part. For the most part, they're just brain dead, and they don't really think about what they're doing. More load time. I was wondering if it had locked up for a minute then. Oh, shit. It's just... A large part of, like, living with a 286 is pondering to figure out whether it's locked up or whether it's just taken a long time to load. What was the point in that? Well, we're not going that way. I might have got as well get something out of it. I swear them force fields damage you faster than other things. Let's look back at recording someday and see if they do. The corruption's coming back pretty bad. Oh yeah, that killed all the force fields. If only I'd known that before I went in there. Well, it would have made a difference because I did fall in there, but... Oh great, more force fields. Oh no, there's things people probably earn their money off, but... A lot of them are unique enough as to where I'd probably notice. I do have ways of finding things that were taken from me. Like, I'm quite observant, you know. I managed to figure out where my old Pentium 2's video card was. I should have saved that power-up, but... Well, I didn't. It's gone now. We have to live with the consequences of our silly decisions. And this level has a bit of a weird layout, doesn't it? I'm sure it did get used on Socket 4 Pentiums. I mean, it's not like all of them got recalled. Some people must have kept them, because otherwise there wouldn't be any left. There aren't many of them, though. They're not common. I'm rather fond of mine. I still don't know how that happened, because... I hated the first one I had. I thought it was like I bought the board and everything for the one I have now, and I was just like, why the fuck have I bought this? Like, immediately. Like, why did I do that? Like, oh great, that's £100 I'm not getting back. Like, well, it wasn't even fucking cheap, you know, it's like, fucking, why? That was silly. No. But I'm glad I got it, because it's like one of my favourite machines now. Fuck off, I hit that fan. There we go, I hit it now. Yeah, that one with the fucking Batman board was fucking trash. There's a lot of those in this level. I think someone's going to come and damage me really bad or something. But yeah, that Intel Batman board, it's... I never have a good time with Intel motherboards. Usually, like, they will operate. I'll give that to Intel boards, but they're often slow. They're usually locked down. They always have compatibility issues somewhere, which is fucking hilarious, given it's Intel's platform. You know, I make fun of AMD for being incompetent, but I mean, AMD, like, makes clone hardware and compatible hardware, you know? So, they kind of have an excuse to not always get it right. Intel really doesn't have an excuse, like, to fuck things up as bad. No, not really. I found a way of just using my camcorder, so... Of course, OBS keeps finding new ways of breaking that now, just like it used to break, like, working with the 808, so... Can't really win either way. But such is modern technology, after all. Long gone are the days when something was just a video for Windows device and operated as a video for Windows device. We could have took those hits and just picked that up at the end. With no net loss, but oh well. This level likes it. Now I know why it has all those atoms in it. Of course there was a stupid drone up there waiting to smash me in the top of the head. Why wouldn't there be? Well, it's not even a webcam, it's like a key fob spy camera that I used to use. I still have a fleet of those things because they were really cheap from China. But they fucking work. Like, they work with everything. The only thing they don't work with is fucking OBS. If I had my way, I'd still be using Flash Media Live Encoder. I mean, I hate Adobe shit, but that actually used to work. And it didn't take up like 100% my CPU. It didn't require constant updates, and didn't break itself when it decided it wanted you to update and you refused. It didn't need a fuck ton of libraries either. Ah, fucking robots. I hate the little robots, they're actually quite annoying. I knew of a bunch of people who were using that stupid PlayStation 2 camera with their PCs. Like, never did it myself because I never had one of those fucking fuck toys or whatever they were called, but... Ow! I've got the key card, I guess I can just leave the level now. It seems a little bit empty this stage, I gotta be honest. I was expecting there'd be more stuff. But it looks like it just goes, oh hey, have a key card, and then like sends you like, that's it. Explains the weird layout, I guess they were just trying to pad the level. That even brings us right out here, like, takes us straight to the exit. Yeah, I don't know, I'll just call it the fucking fuck toy. I never owned one, I couldn't... There must have been some game that worked with it, but I can't really fathom why a game would need a camera. It just seems weird to me. Like, a game either needs a keyboard and mouse or a controller of some kind, and that's it. Like... What are you going to do with a camera, like? I mean, I'm sure there was probably some gimmick years ago. There was like some PC games, like, where if you got a photo of yourself in the PC, you could put your face in the game. It didn't change anything, because I mean, if you didn't do it, just put some fucking programmer's face there or something. Diddly diddly did. Every DOS doll makes that noise. Load your piece of crap, there we go. Oh, it even reflects the corruption quite accurately. Yeah, I won't reset. We'll just play with the corruption for now. We can let it get a bit worse. PC speak effects really don't sound as good through headphones, you know. Fucking helicopters. fuck you, motherfucking helicopters! Fuck you! You fuck! Fuck you! Ah! That was close. Jeez. In 2004, I would have still been using my shitty fucking grey fucking Woolworths camera. I think I made the right decision though, because it was like, you know, I wanted a proper camcorder, but it was hard to get old camcorders because nobody really seemed to have them. Those who didn't want to sell them, even if they didn't use them. And I never saw DV as, like, lasting, you know, it was like, this'll go away, because it's just not going to last, it's really expensive. Like, the barrier to entry is far too high, and I'll just wait until they start using these fucking SD cards. And all the cameras use SD cards now. So, that's the only format war I've ever been on the winning side of. Oh, I remember this stage, it's a fucking maze. I don't remember how to solve said maze, I just remember that it was a maze. Ow! Oh, these fucking robots. There's probably some fucking shop around here that has one or two of them in. Probably someone down the Sunday market selling them for about 50 quid a fucking go. And then getting fucking foul mouthed with you if you tell them it costs too much and no one's going to buy it. And I'll give you a £5 for it, or you're not going to shift it. I haven't seen an HD DVD in years. I don't even think I have my fucking drive anymore, because that's what I meant about losing format wars. I was like, oh, that fucking Blu-ray, that looks stupid and it took too long to come out anywhere. HD DVDs are way forward. I'm going to spend all this money on a HD DVD burner. Yeah, fucking no one else used it, so it can't define the object. I want to take shit to my friend's house, so I've got to do it on a stack of CDs still. So it's like, oh no, I've got Blu-ray. It's like, you son of a bitch, what do you use Blu-ray for? It's a fucking Sony format. I might die here. If there's one thing I fucking hate, it's Sony formats. And I've never used Blu-ray, maybe it is good, but I'm not entertaining it. It can get bent. Ow! Man, this level's... I remember this level being tough, so... They probably are here, to be honest, because I never really knew anybody used them properly, like... Even people telling me, fuck your HD, DVD, everything's Blu-ray, were quite rare. Most people would just say I'm still just using CDs. And plus the fact, you know, USB drives got quite cheap, and so most people just use those now, or just use the internet, I suppose. I guess the hitbox on those floor spike balls are quite small. I'm not sure how we would get to that area down there. We're probably going to get turned around in this maze. I doubt this goes anywhere, no, because that would intercept the area we've just been in. Lots and lots of things that hurt in this level. We obviously didn't go that... I'm taking it. Yeah, they make the head bumping sound, so they cancelled out that nice sound effect. Yeah, well, Sony probably made it really expensive, because, I mean, it's Sony, and that's... You know, the one Sony automatically adds like $500 to the price tag or something. It's not for peasants, that Sony. You gotta have money to buy that shit. And every Sony product I ever had has been fucking garbage, so... I guess not been here just by the fact that I ain't seen crates. Or, like, enemies. And I feel like I would have been down that... No, apparently not. I just... Ow! I landed on his head, we'll be fine. I've expected a keycard or something for, like, some door I don't know where it goes, but... I'm not seeing one. Seeing robotic Catherine wheels, though. We'll leave that there, so we know to go that way when this goes nowhere. Oh, it doesn't go very far anyway. So what we should do is we should be like the next generation of like fucking 3D failures fanboys, where we go on about like how great HD DVD was. Sony is evil, and we just use HD DVD on like everything. Like you get one of those fucking CD duplicators, just stuff it full of HD DVD drives, you fucking bastards, and then we run it on a serial port because everybody knows like that's how you just run it on like RS-232, like you know, for maximum fucking speed. I've run a printer on RS-232 before. It takes about 15 minutes to like, print a single page. Graphics, of course. Text is quite quick. Yeah, you know, we should just do that, and then we should chide anyone who uses any other format. Use flash drives. You see, those are the problem. Like, you know, because that's... You can't... I know everything supports flash drives and shit, like, you know, even like Windows 98 can run flash drives, but, I mean, that's just wrong. You should be using HD DVD. Movies look better on HD DVD as well. It's like magical, like because the technology was just like so much fucking better that like it somehow makes the movie like look more 3D-er than like if you're on like Blu-rays or like digital. Oh, I like this tile set. This is a nice tile set. Save that for now. I'm guessing they've just remembered with this level that these fire flingers are a thing that's in the game, you know? But then I guess this could almost be... If you told me this was like a removed part or a removed continuation of that level towards the end of the first episode, I would believe you.
Duke, you used to make me laugh, but now you're beginning to upset me. You will not last long.
Oh no, what's he gonna do now? Oh, he's giving us jump boots. Hey, thanks, Proton Head. And now I know what to do. Now you know what to do. Burn the house down. Burn them all. No, but we go back to the bottom of the maze where there was that jump I couldn't get over. I don't remember where it was exactly, but I think it was the other side of this, wasn't it? Somewhere. Oh, we'll get there. We just have to go down, but it's probably like a really, really long way from here. Knowing my luck. Yeah, that would make no sense if we had to go that way, would it? Because that had just cut back down into the area we were just in. So I would go with it being up this way. It's not that. Yeah, but I think it's not doing it now, but at some points if you look in the black area at the bottom you can see it scrolling like 1/2 tile, which I think is it's the minimum amount of movement that you can have in this game. So you actually see it scroll a 1/2 tile over and over again when I'm moving. And then like pinging back to where it was. This gives some insight into like what the engine is doing. Ah, yeah, this looks like the right way. Looks like some serious stuff over there. Ah! Pain! I'm still baffled by it. They must have messed the sound effects up or something in that Earthworm Jim game on the N64 in yelling pain when he picks up marbles. Ah, didn't fall fast enough. Exit, but there's all this stuff. Hey, now Billy Madison's actually a good film. I quite like that film. So this has got a good movie on it. It's doing better than Laserdisc already, where every time I see Laserdisc it's all fucking artsy movies like Blade Runner. And that's like at best. Seriously, every time I see Laserdisc it's always either artsy movies or like girly movies like fucking Footloose or something. Is it that one or is it fucking Dirty Dancer? Is it that? Oh no, I got all of those mixed up, but I've been forced to watch some of them before. The latency's usually not too bad on my streams, I don't think. Yeah, Chris Farley fucking steals Billy Madison in his fucking bus driving, you know? Holy fucking hell. So we kept annoying him, and he actually started with, I'll turn this fucking bus around. His words weren't quite the same, you know? It's like, I'll turn this fucking bus around. Hey, look at the animation on the flags versus the ones that are already there. Like, when I first opened them, it looks like it rushes ahead to go in sync with the other ones, or is that just me? How do I get in there, like, where that is? Or is that just to stop me getting the you killed all the monsters bonus? It's probably in the maze, isn't it? But I'm sorry to say if it's part of the maze we won't be going there, because that'll take a long time to get there. I recall ever seeing a music video compilation on like anything but VHS. It must exist, but I've never run into one in person. See if the corruption goes away for a little while. Yeah, he wasn't coming out with those lines, unfortunately. He was just annoyed the whole time. Because once we figured out we could piss him off, basically we all started singing really fucking loud, and so he offered to pull the coach over for a smoke, like, on some car park halfway down the motorway. And so he does, he pulls the coach over, we get out for a smoke, he gets straight back in and tries to drive off. Even left half the teachers stood there, like. He just wasn't having a good day. There's more of this tile set, well I'm not going to complain. You know, I forgot those letters even existed. I haven't seen those in a long time. Just try to avoid collecting that. Maybe we can get them in order in this level. Looks like it's pretty much a guarantee we will if we can find the E. Anybody got any E's? Could use an E right now. So I've come to the conclusion that bus people are just weird. I remember going... I don't remember what I went to Sheffield for, but I remember going to Sheffield on a bus with some fucking girl. And I was sat there on the bus waiting to fucking leave, and, like, you know, this coach, and this lady gets up with the fucking microphone, this Slavic lady, and she's going on about, like, you know, and in case of emergency on this bus, you will go to nearest exit immediately, and if you look into rear corner of the bus, there is toilet. Do not using toilet unless it's necessary. It's like, yes, I'm just going to go to the toilet for fun, you know? Why else would I fucking go in there, you dumb whore? So then, of course, the whole time we was in Sheffield, we made sure to stuff our fucking faces and never once used the fucking shitter in the place we was in. Just so we could leave a massive fucking tab in the fucking bus toilet. Serve you right. You gotta do these things. You know, the level layouts in this game are pretty intriguing. I'm gonna say, this must be something special, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna... It's hard to tell if we actually do get 5 shots or not, just because of the fucking... I think we're still limited to 4, but... I mean, that's basically taking up the whole width of the screen in what direction we can face. I mean, you can't turn him that quick. It only seems to go off every second tick, so... Oh, more stuff. Oh, shit. Well, that was a rip-off. We've been fucking gypped. Horrible game. How dare you do that to me? That's just cruel. It's cruel. It's cruel. Well, we ain't getting in there. You think you're better than me? Fucking Happy Gilmore. It still pisses me off a little bit. Like, people always used to fucking say to me when I was younger, you know, that I would grow up to be Happy Gilmore, only without the golf. So the fuck you trying to say? Like, ah! Of course they had to put one there. Oh, the corruption will come back. It'll come back, I guarantee it. I don't know what that fucking XTIDE bias is doing to cause that. Like I said, I don't care because I don't think it's going to break anything. I'm probably not coming back in this area now. Looks like we should be able to get over there, but that's probably from over this way. Ah! Where was that door? Yeah, the clown scene never fucking... Then again, I don't know. I'm never sure whether that's my favourite or the bit where they throw the fucking inflatable ball at shoot them gathers. Damn you people, let's just go off! But! I think he says something about not a rock concert, but it's kind of hard to make out in the middle of him fucking yelling. This is golf, not a rock concert! Oh, that... Bitch! What's that then? I don't know where that is. I guess I gotta get up there somehow. I should be able to do that, I think. Uh-oh. There you go, it done busted again. Not a rock concert! Well, we're not getting up that side, but we might get up this side at least. Ah, shit. That might have blown it. Yeah, whatever's up there, we ain't getting it now. I'm in no mood to restart the level to find out what's up there, you know. Would be nice to know, but... I mean, what more can the game give us at this point anyway? We've got the robot hand, we've got all the shots. No purple keys, though. I don't know, I just end up yelling putts, even when it makes no fucking sense. Like I'll lose a fucking tool or something. I put a screwdriver down, turn around, saw something, and I want the screwdriver and it's not there, and I just end up yelling, "Pat!" at the top of my fucking voice. Pat! And then wonder why people look at me strange. What the fuck is he on about? I have no idea where that purple key is. I guess I'm going to have to find it, but that doesn't go anywhere. That's a lot of... That's a fucking handbrake in a canoe, that. No idea where this purple key is. No, it can't be up here. I've been up here like 3 times already. There's no up here other than this. There's no holes in this, so... Wow, this level's got me puzzled. Well, I mean, we'll just have to look harder. It wasn't down here. I killed everything down here, didn't I? I can just fall. If it turns out that that key is... Hey, the sound for the reactor came back on. If it turned out that that key was up there, I would be very annoyed. What do you think the odds of that are, that they would put it up there? I don't think the odds are very high. Yeah, he lost some of his abilities in 3D. I mean, I suppose you're in fast pass and there's always the argument that he might be doing them and you just don't know. I can't imagine they would rely on me, like, noticing that block sequence, would they? Like, all I can assume is it must be somewhere to... Hang on. There we go. I love the sound effects in this game, they're quite well done. Ah! Just by 1 pixel I got hit. Well, I don't think it's physically possible to be hit by just 1 pixel in this game. By like 1/2 tile on a single tick, more like. Yeah. Thing is, like, Sandler movies, even the ones that aren't good, are, like, still good in a way, because they're a way to just annoy your fucking snobbish friends who wouldn't fucking be seen dead watching Adam Sandler films. As soon as you put them on, they decide they don't want to hang out at your house anymore. It's a great way to get rid of them. It saved, didn't I? I'll just do it again just to make sure. Wouldn't respond to the keyboard then, I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was doing disk access or something. I mean, it's, you know, never proven to be ultra reliable, this machine, has it, so... yeah, I think I remember this level. I think this level's full of conveyor belts or something farther up. Like, I think this is mostly a vertical level. Ah! Ah, floor dildos. What does always interest me about Duke Nukem 1 is how, you know, you can sort of see that it is in effect a proto Duke Nukem 2. Like, it didn't really change that much as a game. It was just enhanced when it moved on to Duke Nukem 2. versus 3D, which is this massive paradigm shift where it dropped almost everything that was already established. You see bits and pieces that lasted all that way, but... Did I shoot that really? I thought I had the claws. Oh, little Nicky, man, I ain't seen that in fucking years. I don't remember too much about it now, unfortunately. I remember enjoying it when I saw it. Ow! Will I be able to get over there, do you think? Well, I don't know. I guess we're just going to press that. Oh yeah, well it's still referred to as a six-pack and cola in the code, so... Yeah, this doesn't seem to be the level I was thinking of. I want those. But it looks like we're about to get the claw, judging by the platforms I've seen, so... Yeah, little Nicky, like I say, I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember much about it. I'll have to watch it again someday. Can we get this robot claw? I want it. Well, I hope I can get back up there. There's probably elevators down here, right? Probably. I hope there is. No death pits in this game, so yeah, there's an elevator. Which I don't remember there been any death pits in this game. There might be, that I just don't remember. Like I said, I don't think it has the facility to have death pits, but that's not to say it couldn't, like, you know, make a pit that was too tall to jump out of with spikes in it that you couldn't destroy. So yeah, this will be our way out, instead of clawing at them platforms, which is strange, but fair enough. Who am I to judge? I guess they'd change their mind about something somewhere along the design process for the level. Fair enough, happens all the time. And shit with half-built levels, there's usually rooms and shit in them until the last minute that just suddenly get cut out like that. That serves no purpose, so I don't want to do that way anymore. Anyone who paid close attention to that little montage I did at the end of the Dimension Shift video would have probably noticed, like, maybe things that were there and didn't make sense in levels I built actually made sense at one time. Like, of course it's full of dynamite down here. Why would it not be full of dynamite down here? I'll just let them hit us, we'll have the points. It's probably going to give us, like, some health power up in a minute anyway. There's different elevators. I thought this was leading us back into that area over there, but it's not. Like I say, I don't remember the exact process. I just remember it was a pain in the arse. I probably couldn't do it again if I had to. Oh, I can't get in that spot there. Well, I guess we'll just leave this area. It's another level that feels like short, what now I've reached the exit. I don't know, maybe I've just got more adept at the game or something, but a couple of these levels do feel short. I mean, I guess they had to pad a lot out. It's not like we won't be able to get back here, so we might as well go and have an explore. This probably goes back down into that area we were in. I don't know why, but that tickles me. Well, yeah, no, I don't know how I got it to work. Couldn't tell you. Because I did lots of stuff, and I don't know what stuff it was that... So what's interesting about the corruption is it's always the same corruption on the same tile, so... It does make me think it's an issue loading from the hard drive or something. I don't know why it would do that, like, what it would be doing for that to happen, but... There's some things I'm just not sure about the level design, like that tile on the top right corner of the box there, where it doesn't mesh very well. Well, C800, but it doesn't think it's at C800, it thinks it's at DE00, so... The fuck am I supposed to make of that? I assume it must be at C800, because that's where I set it to be. And I have no reason to doubt the network card. I mean, this isn't set in software, it's set in hardware, so... Like, this is old school, it uses jumpers and shit, you know? What have we got all we're getting out of this? Yeah, it's just on the network card. So there's some pretty serious limits about the size of ROMs you can stick on there. Yeah, and they've had pretty generic messages in this one. That's a shame. I like it when they have, like, you know, more informative messages. Even when it's, like, not really anything... He's got more mercury mods. He likes his mercury, Dr. Proton, doesn't he? He seems to sort of just drink it to look cool, like his... Oh, that area up there, I guess, isn't loaded yet, so maybe that's why it's reflecting like you see on the top left. Like, I'm wondering, is that going to keep looking like that? Is there just blackness up there, or... Oh, that was weird. Or is there, like, an area that isn't loaded yet, been reflected? There you go. It's just over down here, it seems. It's a bit weird. What kind of scrolls? I don't know if I can get low enough to affect the other one. Oh, we can. It's almost like it's reflecting the fucking, the border, like, isn't it? I almost think it is. That little detail pixel doesn't come over far enough for us to see if it's really reflecting that, but I assume it is, that you're seeing a reflection of the border and what's beyond it. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, one does it as well. Although, beyond the border, the corruption doesn't match the corruption at the bottom of the screen, so it's obviously not wrapping around. So I guess maybe this engine can't do that or something. They're all really close together again. Given how many levels these aren't in, it makes me think they just kept forgetting they even had them. Ah, I want it to be up there, you bastard! Yeah, they really loved explosives in this one. Fucking robots. Get down here. I wondered why it looked weird. It's because there's two of the fuckers. Let's just have the points. Right. You know, these levels are getting a bit more challenging now, and I don't fucking mind. This is a lot better than playing fucking Boomer Raider. Like, this doesn't annoy me, you know? The levels in this feel, like, solvable. Well, we got that, so that's pretty nice. Helicopters and kangaroo bots. That's just what I fucking need at the same time. Thanks, level designers. Well done. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, they keep giving me guns. I mean, Duke Nukem doesn't seem the sort who would complain about having more guns. Like, I'm sure he just puts those ones away for later. Yeah, I always thought they were probably Energizer Bunny knockoffs. But then, I mean, Proton must be making a decent amount of money to afford all this stuff, so he probably just owns Energizer by now. He's probably like their biggest fucking shareholder or something, you know. He's made his fortune, now he's spending it on world domination. So stick to the edge, purely. It's the great thing with 2D games, or the majority of them, ones that don't try to give you the illusion of like 3D by having doors you can enter and exit. Like, say Keen, you can't do it as much in Keen. But in this game you don't really have that sort of thing, so, you know, doors really can only be at an edge of an area that you're in. They can't be really in the middle of one. You know, if you use the most basic maze solving. I think I'm going to have to get spikes on me here, but it's alright. If you take these risks to get these places, they do usually seem to reimburse you with the health it costs, so that's why I don't mind doing it so much. That's pretty good. So whether it was their intention or not, and if it was, it's dead smart. It makes you feel confident about exploring the levels a bit more. Like, it actually, you know... What was it? It was fucking Life's a Beach, wasn't it? Where you could only get health in the secrets, but usually also got damaged, like, by fucking everything. And I know that wasn't first party, but the point I'm making is just that essentially you got punished for exploration a lot of the time. And so you just ended up not wanting to do it, even though you ended up having to do it. Whereas, you know, this makes you feel quite confident about doing that. You notice some little place you can get into, like, you know, can I get in there? What's in there? I don't mind going to have a look. Because generally, if it's going to cost me health to do it, they're going to fucking reimburse me the health that it's cost me to get there. Dr. Proton's lunar hideout is very, very close. Be prepared for any surprises or traps. No. See, I was going to, and that seems like the smart thing to do. But now you've told me to, I'm not going to. It's saved it, we'll make sure. I don't know where the notes just held on with tip. And who put these notes here anyway? I just picture, like, Todd Reploggle or whatever his name is, just wandering through these hallways between the levels, just sticking these notes on everything. I still think these doors actually are an illusion of, like, a third dimension in that you go, like, farther back into the screen to get here, so the door you've entered hasn't disappeared, it's just in front of where Duke Nukem is now. Same with this one, like, the door is still there, it surrounds where you stood, but it's in front of the plane that you're viewing. Like, it doesn't exist in the game data, obviously, but... Well, I guess you could argue that the starting point would just represent it, but... You know, if you were to apply real world logic, that's how, you know, I think it would work. Yeah, I think this is that level I was thinking of when I went in that one with the yellow things and then went, oh, that level was actually really short. Yeah, where did that come from? I don't know, but we'll have it. Yeah, I suppose once I'm done with this, I'll have to go back to fucking animating. See if I can get Maggie the Slagman to the... I don't remember the right way to go in here, so... You know, you have to bear with me, because I'm probably going to go the wrong way. At some point. I'm sure I remember this having the brown and green militaristic looking tile set, or the yellow one, but... Long time since I played this, so, you know, I suppose I can't remember everything. Evidently I don't remember, like, a lot of things, so... I can shoot those! I never knew that. I never knew that was a thing you could do. Cool. Well, you only get 500 points for it, it's not worth it, but...
Confused, Duke. Your perilously low intellect will accelerate your demise in my maze.
I wouldn't count on it. It'll probably slow my demise down, actually. I mean, if I'm in the maze for a long time, then odds are I'm going to kill everything that can damage me. And so then there'll be nothing left that can shoot me. And then I can't die, and I'll just be stuck in the maze, and you'd have to wait for me to starve to death. And I'll just make that really annoying noise until you decide to, like, maybe let me out of the maze. Ow! I hate the slight frame rate drop you get when you pick things up, so you probably just stood between the two blocks there. Evidently your maze wasn't very effective, was it, Proton? That was a whole load of talk over nothing. The final challenge is ahead. Dr. Proton's secret lunar fortress. Well, it's not really the final challenge, because I mean there's another episode after this, isn't there? Diddly diddly diddly. So, this is Dr. Proton's moon base. Speaking of things that carried over to Duke 3D, the blue, like, band texture that's on the background here. I always think that one, like, set of textures in Duke 3D is kind of a continuation of this. Oh, I get what's happening with the belts. Yeah, because we're supposed to go up, and the belts just retard us to the starting point. Dr. Proton's a dick for designing this shit. Oh, where am I supposed to go? That's too high, I don't think I can get up that. It's been too many years and I've long since forgotten. What do you mean I can't jump there? Oh, that's a fucking rip-off. I should have been able to jump there, there was nothing above me. Oh, this is pretty neat actually. I quite like this design here. This is pretty cool. Serves no purpose, but I quite like it. It's the sort of thing I'd be tempted to put in a level and then just wouldn't put in because I'd be like, I need the walls to do something gimmicky. should be unloaded until we get back. There you go. Sound Blaster 2.0, because it's just a Thunderbolt, like, stuck to the Pro Audio Spectrum is all it is. We just shot out like a wall into the atmosphere of the vacuum of space, so now Proton's already dead because he has no oxygen to breathe. Good thinking, Duke. Of course, you're now going to have your lungs sucked out through your fucking nose as well, but you got rid of his TechBot menace. Well, I quite like that noise. I'm quite happy with that, but I'm sure it would never get annoying. Ah! I bet there's two types of players when it comes to things like that. Those like me who try to jump as far as they can off the edge. And those who would kind of skirt the edge and just fall directly down against the wall. I don't know which one you were supposed to do in the minds of the developers. Like what fucking behaviour they expected more. Oh fucking, you're gonna fly an helicopter in there, you absolute nutter. Why would you do that? Everyone will fucking die. I could do with finding out where those soda cans were on that other fucking side there. I guess the only one that has something in will be fucking TNT. No, but we've got a key card. Stupid drones. This is dangerous. I'm dropping off here and trying to get to those soda cans. I don't think I can get to the soda cans. Well, that sucks. This probably drops me back in the belt room, doesn't it? Nope. Nope. Probably can get health down here. Not necessarily very much of it, but... Oh, that was a waste. Yeah, it'll all be TNT, you know it will. You're careful, that will go back to the belt room, I'm confident of it. Let's not go down there. Almost feels like they intended for you to get through there once. But you can't, so we're going to have to go this way. Yeah, you always hope there'll be one hole that's an exception, but it just isn't. You ain't getting back up there. We might have to go back to the belt room. We ain't going that way back to the belt room, that's for sure. It sounds like the opening cutscene to some Sega CD game. You have all this fucking shit going on, and then you fucking like, oh man, this game looks cool. And then the game starts, and it's another fucking Space Invaders clone. Why would Sega only license the dev units to people who was... It's another gun, fucking hell. Well, that's a stupid place to put a soda, isn't it? To people who made FMV games, probably because all the fucking stupid devs were too busy making shit like that. What no one wanted to fucking play, because they bought a new advanced fucking CD-based console and expected to play new advanced CD-based games. And at least if the devs were like, we're making an FMV game, you knew it was going to use the hardware. I don't blame Sega for doing that. Did it work out? No, but at least they tried to save it from the hands of those fucking layabouts. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it does genuinely fascinate me how a nation so technologically advanced as Japan can at the same time be so technologically ass backwards as to make shite like that happen. And it's not even like Japan's incapable of making like good things, it's just like they didn't want to at the time or something. Yeah, I can totally see it in here, the shitty sound canvas fucking Redbook audio playing, with the chorus, like, maxed out, of course. Gotta have, like, you know, 500% chorus on every fucking channel. Self-feed. Not my type of game, but if it's the one I at least think it is, it does seem to make use of the hardware, so, I mean, it has that going for it. I can't argue with that. You know, if you're gonna release that type of game, at least do it properly and don't waste the fucking console. No more fucking Proton. Not on the moon anyway, but now he's just gone back to Earth, so... What would happen if we hadn't come after him? Like, would he have just come back anyway? I mean, then we could have waited for him and we just wouldn't have had to do all this shit. Like, we could have just not gone here and, you know, waited for him to come back to Earth.
Duke, your lucky ways annoy me. I see now how best to be rid of your pesky presence. There's no place to hide from me. Running back to Earth will not save you. But escaping to Earth's future will. Then my TechBot army can rebuild and return victorious. Not if I can find a way to stop you, even if I have to follow you into the future.
Once again, you've given Dr. Proton a major setback by destroying his lunar fortress. Continue your adventure in Trapped in the Future. Duke must chase Dr. Proton into Earth's future to stop the largest threat yet. Order each episode for $15, or for only $30 you'll receive all 3 episodes. But the first episode is free because it's shareware, so really you're not saving any money. Generally, as I mean... You know, if you'd obtained it legitimately, it would be the first episode you would be seeing that message in, so therefore you already own it. So, I mean, that doesn't... Oh, you get a free thing that's for free, like, for free, because they're, like, really nice like that. Sure. I wonder if anyone ever specifically ordered, like, just episode 2 or just episode 3, because I would bet that this probably came on, like, a single floppy disk or something by this point. Like, they probably had more fucking all 3 episode discs pressed than just the singular ones, because that just seems like an inefficient way of doing it. I'm still just using a 98 VM to do fucking networking now, because it's the only way you can do things full speed and without this security bullshit. Order now. What if I don't? Yeah, that corruption's back in force. Yeah, it's a beaten piece of shit, this machine. Yeah, I don't know, piracy was fucking rampant where I am, so you have plenty of full versions of things. Duke Nukem 1, I only have the full version initially, I think, from just having Duke Nukem 3D. I mean, we did have that legit. We had the Kiloton collection. Yeah, so that would have been where... Duke Nukem 2 had the full version of that first, because that was on, I still have it, a shareware CD, but they actually had the full version on. I don't think they meant to do it, because on the back it says shareware, and it's a weird version of it, because it lacks part of the title screen, so I don't know if it's like some knockoff that the shareware distributor just downloaded and didn't realise or what, but it was a reputable brand on the CD, you know, you'd think they'd have tried a bit harder. Well, sure now, shall we do the third episode today, or shall we fuck with something else? I might fuck with Crystal Caves for a while. So I played the same game for like over an hour and I completed it, so yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit of Crystal Caves or something. I can't exactly do solitaire on this machine. It's probably not powerful enough. I think we would have still been 28k like, at that point. I'm sure I still have more fast modem somewhere, but I mean my fast modem was like second hand, so I think it was at like 14.4 or something. It was used. Well, that seems far enough, I suppose. It's a long time since I've had to deal with that authentication shit. Like I say, I just use a 98 VM now. It saves the trouble. Yeah, let's play Crystal Caves for a while. Like I say, we've kicked the ass of Duke Nukem 1 Episode 2. We'll save that for another day. Where would this be? Oh, I don't think you can do this until you... I don't know, I think we're encroaching the limits now. Oh, this might look blue because of the border. I should have read that. I don't know, I don't need to read it. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of that border, so... Yeah, I don't know. It'll be too fast to play like their text-based adventure games. We won't be able to do those. The game's just going to appear blue, so I don't know if we're going to play this. I doubt if there's a patch for it either, because it's not really as popular, is it, Crystal Caves, as the others. I can see why it's not as good as the other games necessarily. I wouldn't consider it a bad game, but... I can't swap the buttons. You know, I'm sure there's something to be gained from this game. You start the fucking... you see the frame rate dies over here. You'll see him slow down. Which one was Alien Carnage? Probably. I mean, this game's like a step up from Duke Nukem 1, I guess, in that this fucking thing has like smooth scrolling. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like on the same engine in effect, and it was some weird trade-off where you can get it to scroll smoothly, but you have to lose detail and sprites and shit. I think this was one of Madden's games, wasn't it? The dude who did Shadow Warrior. Oh yeah, the buttons are backwards. It's like NES shit in this game. Biomenace, yeah, will be a bit too heavy for it, that. So, you might be able to push through it, but I think the frame rate would start taking a shit every once in a while. And that was some pretty hefty platforming for the controls in this game to do that. Bastard. I think the corruption's going to come back. I'm sorry it looks blue. The thing is, it won't be consistently slow. You'll just get hits, like where it decides it's going to run crap. I mean, even Duke Nukem 1, we had some areas where the game started like grinding to a halt for a moment or two. Get back down here, platform. Yeah, we're playing as a guy with a Jewish name who's going in a bunch of caves on some other planet and taking all the gold. You know, and he has a big nose, so you know, that's just great. Like, I'm sure he could totally release this game now and nobody would get upset at all. I don't actually mind this game. Like I say, I think it is one of the weaker entries, but it's not a bad game. There's nothing wrong with it, like massive. I mean, it has a few shortcomings. Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me. You could probably edge a little bit more performance out of this if you got rid of this Everrex. Ah, crap, I forgot about the floor dildos. What it is that red border makes the game appear blue. It turned green, so I guess it upset it more. I'll probably just play something else in a minute, because I'm sure that's really horrible to look at. But I won't be streaming much longer anyway. We beat episode 2 of Duke Nukem 1. I'm all Duke Nukem 1'd out for the day, so I don't want to play any more of it now. Until the next fucking stream. At some point, I guess I'm going to have to get practicing Leisure Suit Larry, because I'd like to play that on this machine before it fucking breaks. I guess we're going to see this machine a lot coming up to the end of this year, because I mean, I don't know when it's going to fucking break down again. I was always thinking canaries, that noise. Ah, that serves me right for teasing it. You start teasing the floor dildo. The floor dildo's gonna win. How do you know Milo doesn't like having that shoved up his butt? You know, he's probably into that stuff. Animations are well smooth in this game, though. That never ceases to impress me. Like I say, this is not really a bad game by any account, but it really doesn't have quite the appeal of, like, Duke Nukem 1 or a lot of the other games, you know. The Podgy's earlier games really were kind of hit or miss. They were generally above average, but they were hit or miss, and they had some things like this that just no one remembers. But then no one remembers Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, which is a shame, because I actually think that's pretty fucking good. And plus Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure has awesome fucking music, so I will play that someday. Yeah, we'll try and get out of this level without dying, and then I guess we'll play maybe some Keen 4 or something. Just purely because I can cheat the border off in there. I would like to play this someday on here though, like, see if we can beat it, because I don't remember if I've ever actually completed this game. I think every time I've tried, I think shit's got in the way to stop me doing it, rather than any fault of the game itself. So I'll have to see if there's a patch to get rid of that border. Or I could probably just loan a different video card to the machine. I guess that might do it. You can't just stick any old VGA card in. You can't, like, put an ET4000 or something in here, it won't work. I have theories on it, but I don't really know if they're correct. Where I kind of think it might be something like, say, one of the video cards sticks its frame buffer. Now the colour's still a bit messed up, isn't it? Well, it'll sort itself out probably when it changes mode. Yeah, I think it might be like a lot of video cards seem to stuff their frame buffer up at like 3.5 gigabyte area somewhere, and I have a feeling that might not be possible on 286s. That might be why, like, anything but 80s VGA cards basically don't work in here. Some 90s VGA cards, but Realtek ones kind of work in it a little bit. I think that Trident works in here, but That is a very slow VGA card, but it's, I think that might be it. Maybe the earlier ones mapped their frame buffer somewhere much lower down that the 286 could address. Even then, the chipset, I suppose, manages things like that on these, so maybe it's a chipset limitation. Because later 286s seem much more lenient on what you can install in them, so it probably is largely the chipset. Like I said, I don't know for sure. I'm just theorising like why it does that, because it's not the only really old machine I have that behaves that way. Those colours are actually right. You see how the border looks blue around the pink boxes? That's actually the colour it displays on this card, or as near enough as the capture setup can get with its different colour space. Oh no, is this doing that stupid memory detection shit? Of course it is. See, I have way more than 323k free on here. You're lying to me. I don't know why it does that. I don't know about Tandies. I don't know how they lay everything out. See, now the colours go funny because we have a border again. But that's okay, because we'll just turn the border off. We have to go in the game to do that. And there's no point playing this game with a joystick. The joypad support is broken in this game. It doesn't work very well. So yeah, technically we're cheating here, but that'll make the colour okay. We'll turn the border black. Nothing to be gained in here, is there, in this game? No, there's nothing in here. In Keen 6 you have like that area off to the side, but maybe if we're out of ray gun charges, it might spawn some in there. I think that's the thing that happens. Yeah, it may be a good idea. They do seem... Well, I don't know. It's generally fine. I think it's just because on this card, I'll take a picture of it sometime and show you what it does. Like, the border's really big on one side and it upsets the captures. I like the way the music stalled slightly. It'll get worse if you do something that causes disk access. You see, sort of, it's like he walks on glue every once in a while. And the sound lags behind. See, you're generally fine, but it'll start chugging in places, I'm sure of it. Get up there, but that doesn't go anywhere, does it? Well, all borders on this, it doesn't matter on the game. They're unusually thick and sort of fold over themselves on the left. It's hard to describe. It's possible it's just a feature that... A lot of these really early VGA cards seem to do it, so it's obviously just something, whatever feature they're using to achieve it is different in early VGA cards. Like, this card is full-on VGA, there's no SVGA modes, you only have the original VGA implementation and nothing more. And it might not even have all of that. Like, it's 1987, it's going to be a very, very early, like, copy, and so... It's possible they didn't have everything, like, set up yet. Oh, not the corruption again. Really? Didn't touch it. I'm not sure on the limits of, like, original VGA, so I would have to check. So that there isn't very many modes you can do. You just have whatever was original to the VGA standard, nothing else. And fuck! And some very peculiar sort of EJ and CJ emulation. The EGA modes are really kind of odd on this. The palette seems to be a little bit off for some reason. Stupid slug, die.
Nancy betrayed me more than once. She married that weak, lily-livered, good-for-nothing Philip, and tried to prevent me from becoming one with my most precious granddaughter. That's why she's there. There was no other way, Alyssa.
Dweeb-a-ba-beeb-a-bee, dweebity-dweeb, you are a dweeb-a-ba-beeb-a-beeb. It's not terrible running, is it? Yeah, fuck knows. We only have 256k of RAM on this card. Fuck off! How fast does he fucking react? Was that necessary? The great thing is we get to keep our fucking ray gun shots, so... Oh yeah, I forgot Keen falls faster than ray gun shots, so... I haven't actually sat down and played this in a long time. Yeah, see, I'm not collecting items now, so the frame rate takes a shit because there's more items loaded. There you go, you can fucking die. Dweeba beeba dweeba dweeba beebe dweeba 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 dweeb. I always count on Bobby Prince to put fucking fun music and stuff. Unfortunately, it does lag a little bit from time to time, the music. This old man, he's a prick. I'm getting the hang of it again. Yeah, 640 by 480 should be, like, you know, that's part of the VGA standard, so this card will do that, but not very far, because obviously the memory limits and the DAC limits. Yeah, I'll just call it blah. Fuck knows, no idea. Ah, for fuck's sake. Really? I'm not actually exaggerating with the control. The input is a tad laggy. Like I was pressing right for a good while there and it just didn't change direction in the air. There's kind of a carve to the movement and it just feels delayed. The frame rate's lower in that corner, so I guess that probably tripped us up. Like, yeah, I'm blaming lag, but I am legitimately blaming lag because it was lag that did it. I like this music. Oh, it's so keen through the foreground tiles, that. It's actually kind of weird to see something smoothly scroll on here. Especially with all the music turned on and everything. It's not the most accurate, like, FM chip in the world, but it works. Sounds very muddy. I wouldn't want a high-quality ad-lib clone in this machine. It just wouldn't suit it, you know. It's a bit trashy, this machine. It needs trash-quality clone hardware. I ain't been down here in, like, absolute years. So here's the problem that I have with Keen's military perspective, though, is you see areas like that little patch of ground next to the fire where you think you should be able to stand, but you generally can't. You stand on that one, apparently, but... yeah, that was risky. Probably, especially if you can get a clone of it cheaper. Just sell the real one, get a copy. I won't buy a real one, they're too expensive. Just use it. Anyway, the real one doesn't have the PC speaker pass-through, so it can get bent. I don't know why it was only clone cards that seem to have that one. I mean, it's the same with that sound boomer that I have. That has PC speaker pass-through. It's a bit... the fucking volume levels on that card are average. Someday I might see if I can tweak some resistor values on it. I can't remember where to go in this level, so... fuck. There we go, that dealt with him. I've always thought, as much as I do like the music in this game, it does seem a little bit like... I'm never sure Bobby Prince quite knew what he was trying to write music for. Like, he probably wrote it when the game was still being worked on. And he wrote good music, but, like I say, it's sort of he's written it based on a description of the game rather than seeing it. I just get that feeling about it. I could be wrong. Again, I'm merely theorising. Ah, you son of a bitch! Of course I landed on that. Why wouldn't I land on that? I mean, there's all that ground I could have landed on. And that's where I end up landing. Fucking die, you fuckers. There we go. Yeah, this one has both, this clone card. It has the big jack and the little one. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? Man, this game hates me. Crystalus, isn't that a name of a fucking level in that stupid fucking Epic Mega Games? Fucking, which one was it? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure there's loads of games that have levels called Crystalus. I'll be streaming much longer anyway. I want to, like, you know, go and do some animating or something. Oh, that's usually the upper fucking limit for the NT network stack, so... you know, good luck getting any more than that. You can plug gigabit Ethernet in, but it ain't going to want to go any fucking faster. And I'm still very much looking forward to the day when I never have to use Windows 7 again. That is going to be a very good day. I can't fucking wait. I never liked Vista. Whether it was blue or green, I never fucking liked Vista. This time, we are not going to fail. Do you hear me, Keen? Well, maybe in your case it is, but I always found NT's network stack was fucking slow. It just got worse with time. It didn't used to be that bad, but it got bad. Like, really with, like, the Vista era. So one thing I do think about Keen 4, I've not been harsh on the game or anything, is that, I'm going to save here, is that the level design sure was fucking worse in Keen 4 than it was in the later ones like 5 and 6. They definitely got better at building levels when they did those ones. See, I hate those things because they're just a game of luck. You never know when they're going to come out and fucking hit you. But there was no point in going in this area, evidently. Because there was no keys or nothing, so, well, I guess this area can get fucked. Yeah, like I say, XP will be a bit faster than 7. 7 upwards is just fucking slow. It really is. No excuse for it. Don't know what the fuck they did to it, but they broke it, so... No, I'm not allowed to criticise it because Windows 7's the best OS ever or some shit. Even though it's just Vista and everybody who likes it hates Vista, but... 7 performs better than Vista. You know why it performs better? Because when Vista ran shit, you started thinking, I'm gonna buy a new machine. But I'll keep with XP until I get, like, another Windows version comes out. And so it did, and you installed it on your new machine. That was faster than your Vista machine, and went, oh shit, this operating system's faster than Vista. Because that's people logic for you. Yeah, so XP's capable enough. It's not quite fucking Windows 98 speeds, but it's usable. 7 upwards there, that's fucking slow. I wouldn't bother, like, networking to old machines on that. You'll just annoy yourself. I don't know where that key goes. No idea. Can't remember. Never really liked XP. XP, like I say, I could work it. It would do what I told it to do, but I never liked it as an operating system. I found the interface to be a little bit crappy. Of course, the interface just kept getting worse from there, so by today's standards, it looks fucking wonderful. By the standards of what I'd come to expect, having used Windows 98, it was shite. Yeah, the controls really don't seem to like it when the frame rate takes a dump like that. What I want on that platform, there you go. There you go. There's a yellow key, I at least do know where that goes. Is there gonna be them stupid flying things? No, there's just slugs there. Well, I can deal with them, they're alright. The fact they shit on my fucking floors is annoying, but, well... Yeah, I don't trust this, I'm saving. I could have my way, I just stayed on Windows 3.1 forever, but I think 98 had the best interface. Like, that was when they perfected the user interface. But I'm just adequately used to Windows 3.1 that I would quite happily just use that, like, to do things. Like, I've used it that much, it just seems normal to me. But there are a lot of things in it that don't make much sense. I'm sure there's other keys, wasn't there? But, I mean, what fucking good are they? We might as well just bail on this level now. I didn't jump down, game, but if you think I did, then fine. Yeah, it's obviously... Oh, what? I didn't press that. I was reading the fucking thing. It's not hard to write fucking something. As long as it doesn't crash, it'll be better than anything that id fucking wrote beyond Keen. It's about... Right, so now I'm getting ghost inputs. This is wonderful. Don't know whether to blame the machine or the game. Probably both. We'll blame XTID, as that's the thing that we know is causing weird things to happen in memory, so... Who's to say it's not making weird shit happen in the keyboard buffer? Keen didn't fall faster than his gunshot that time. Yeah, there's a lot of shit people seem to neglect. I'm sure even I've forgotten a lot of it, but... Having said that, I tend to remember how to do shit when I need to. Like, if I need to get something done in the OS, I can usually get it to comply. Oh, I don't have that key. Really? Oh no, because I skipped the fucking yellow door, didn't I? Hit these fucking barbed-brain bastards. Great, now I gotta go all the way back up there. No, I'm sure I went in the yellow key. I can't fucking remember. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to fucking... We must have done. Where'd my other keys go? Fucking Win 16, I've never touched it. I only touched Win 32 when I used to dabble with that shit. I was never very good at programming. It never really went very well. Even then, I didn't touch that very often because most of the shit I wrote was just to be integrated in scripts, so it just ran on a command line. As much as I bash on Linux for doing that. It's different when I did it though. Because I did it to fucking save fucking resources and time, not to fucking just be annoying because I refused to move with the times. And people always tell me I refuse to move with the times. Oh, he's stuck in the fucking 90s. It's like, well, you know what? Your tech now is so fucking garbage. I quite happily stick in the 90s. It's more fucking advanced at this stage. Yeah, welcome to the issues with Keen, where your fucking enemies move faster than you do. Without you beating the shit out the fucking game. He probably isn't unloaded, so the whole time we're in here, we're at risk of him coming after us now. Yeah, I wonder what revision of the game this is. Let's have a look. I wouldn't mind trying to learn C again someday, but probably not going to find the time to do it. I always seem to have too much other shit that I still need to get finished. There's a few too many... Oh, you fucking bastards. Of course, he just absorbs the bullets, I can't hit the slug. I think we'll do one more level and then I'll bail. 2 hours always seems about right to me, you know? Some people stream for like 6 or 8 hours, and I might do that on special occasions, but... I mean, this was just a Let's Play Duke Nukem 1 and we finished it, let's fuck about with Commander King for a few minutes type stream, you know? And I need to eat soon anyway, and I'd like to fuck around with them animations again. Yeah, like I say, to me it always seems about right. There's only so long I can sit in front of a computer screen anyway, so... You know, eventually have to go and stare at a piece of paper or something instead. Definitely rusty at these games. Oh yeah, let's stick his head at Princess Lindsay's fucking dress. I'm guessing that required hard drive access. Princess Lindsay says, "Can you please get your head out from underneath my dress? I'm not wearing any panties, and you're not allowed to look at that." Mom! He's been inappropriate! He put his head in my naughty place. Yeah, just people who drink in general can fuck off. Like, I don't care what they do on their own property, but don't, like, come and try interacting with me, like, and don't fucking start, like, live streaming, definitely. There's a specific type of annoying that is reserved for those sorts. Ah, I forgot there was all death planes up there. Those flames. I don't know if you can see the dancing snow. That's the thing this card does. That's not like XTID being weird. It's just old VGA card stuff. Yeah, no, Princess Lindsay's not in any of the other games. But then I suppose, you know, she's probably only princess on this fucking planet or whatever, and we never come back here. I'm sure there's probably a mod where you come back here, but Keen mods. My experience with Keen mods was pretty bad, so I don't think I'll bother with any of those. I'm sorry if people actually made good ones, but well, you can blame the people who made the fucking Universe's Toast series for me not wanting to play your shit. That was fucking gash. I thought Doom's user content was fucking bad. Is this one of them walking rocks? It is. Oh, that's another one though. Let's kill at least one of them. Well, there we go. I've had enough Keen for now. So, we beat episode 2 of Duke Nukem 1. We did completely what we set out to do, and the machine didn't fucking break down, so that's a plus. Maybe it'll still work when I come back to do fucking, you know, episode 3, and then maybe I can practice Leisure Suit Larry or something. And like I said, I'll look into it and see if Crystal Caves has a patch to make the border go. Well, if it doesn't, I can just play it on another machine where the border's going to be a lot thinner. It won't upset the capture hardware very much. But on this, the border is just huge. I'd move the camera if I could, but I can't, so I can't really show you on here. But the borders are massive on with this card. They are on like the Trident and shit as well. But yeah, Leisure Suit Larry games are quite long. There's a lot of things to fuck up in them, so because I haven't played those in years, I don't really want to do that blind, or else it'd be very slow. So when I'm done with Duke Nukem, I'll just play that on my own, because I mean, I don't want to use this machine too many times in a row, so, you know, we'll do something on another machine, like for the live stream, like 486 shit or something, and then by the time I've finished fucking with that, I'll have gone through that and be able to memorise enough of the game that it won't be fucking painful. Guess we'll have a quick paddle war, as I've got no solitaire. There is a spot you can get into, I might have a recording of it somewhere, where you can basically just win forever. Well, until the game ends. Still, I'm surprised the Duke Nukem 1, you know, I figured it'd hold up, it'd still be a good game, but I've enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So that's a plus. Or maybe that's just because I'm coming to it from fucking Boomer Raider. Fuck that game, I can't see myself ever playing that again. I'm surprised nobody's been like, oh, you had the unfinished business version, there's like extra levels you didn't play. But I'm glad no one's done that, because I'm not going to fucking play them. No, the levels that were there already were enough. I don't need any more. Fuck. I'm usually good at paddle war. So this is why you need to play on like underpowered machines. It makes your skills better. Your reaction time gets better because you basically have to react long before anything fucking happens. Come on. I was trying to launch it that way, game. There we go. Hang on, I'll read that in a second. Unfortunately, I can't really look away from paddle. It's one of those games where you don't have much time to just idle around in between things. Crap. There we go. Oh no. You hit the fucker. Thought we'd at least get another one sneaking. This game would be considered cutting edge to the fucking Japanese. You know, it's like fucking Space Invaders era games. I'd be willing to try some random magical girl thing out on a machine. I'd definitely try it on the U5S, because that's never far away. I've had to move it to put the 286 here, but it's just behind me where the 286 usually gets stored, so... That's never far. I always have that thing on hand, because that's a machine that consistently fucking works. So, you know, if something isn't working, I always dig that out, because it's like, well, look, you know, that will do the job, even if it won't always do it as fast, it will do it properly. Yeah, we've got plenty of memory spare. I don't know what Keen was bitching about. Well, that's Keen for you, I suppose. Yeah, we'll have to set things back up on this hard drive because it's pretty much empty at this point. I don't think the VM is on at the moment, though. I'll bail as soon as I finish. I'm just sitting here while I finish this cigarette because I always seem to do that, so I don't see any reason to break habits. So when you break habits, shit usually starts going wrong. Would help if I plug the cable in. Don't know why it's doing that though, because I have DHCP turned off. Yeah, I suspect the VM's turned off at the moment. Yeah, it is. Oh well. I might at least be able to ping something. Does DNS work on this? I can never remember if it's .net or .com. Yeah, I guess DNS is off on this machine. Yeah, probably. I mean, if from what you were saying, it was running like on a 386, where 386 is just starting to run out of steam. You know, that would it'd probably do it. This thing won't fucking do it. This thing's pretty piss weak, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's not very fast. I like it. Like I say, I don't think I'm going to try repairing it again. Like, I don't even like running it on IDE, but I was just doing it because I had these things I wanted to do with it before it was probably going to break and retire anyway, so You know, and at least get some fun out of the machine before I give up on it and just don't spend any more on it. Maybe someday I'll stumble across like an MFM drive I can use. Oh yeah, you went 32-bit as well. It seems sensible enough. I probably tried on a 386SX though, because I mean I have a couple of those. I have that piece of shit, and I have a slower one somewhere. I think I have a 16 megahertz one in a box like it's never been used. Yeah, this is a 33. Nasty little board. Wow, it's good for testing things. I don't imagine it'll run very well on there, but I'll try it out anyway. But yeah, I'm Berlin. I had fun, so that's what matters to me. Hopefully you had some enjoyment somewhere out of it. Thanks for tuning in as always. All that shit, I don't fucking know. I'm hungry. I'm going to go and eat something because I get bad-tempered when I'm hungry, so I think if I kept streaming I'd probably just start getting really fucking mad and breaking things. It has leaked, but only a little bit, so, you know, got rid of that shit, take that battery off. And I'm surprised because the supercapacitor setup I put in Lisa is working. So for boards like TMCs that insist on charging fucking batteries up, even external ones, that might actually be a solution that I might look into in the future. They have the capacity to leak themselves, but I mean there's nothing stopping you moving them away from the board. There's that argument of if something shorts out, the current they can provide is huge, but NiCad batteries can provide quite a lot. It's certainly enough current to blow traces off the board, and if they're not blowing traces off the board, then I can't see that supercapacitors would. If you're that paranoid, I guess you could put like a little tiny glass fuse on the PCB that you solder them to. Because I put mine on strip board, you could just hack a trace away until it's like just a hair thick, or just cut a trace off and solder a little bit of tiny fuse wire there, and then it'll blow that out before it does any real damage. So, you know, there's ways around these things. But anyways, I'm out of here now. Like I say, thanks for watching and shit. And I'll do episode 3 soon, and then probably move on to a 486 or a Pentium or something, or maybe a games console for a little while before we dig this out again. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to eat now.